my god, I got 5,000 YouTube subscriber. How long ago was it? Oh no. So something that I'll tell you about being a Z-list YouTube uploader person is you get a lot of comments. Like, honestly, okay, I was expecting to get a fair amount of comments as more people watched my videos, but wow. And you know, so many of them are really fantastic. I love all the support and even the criticism that I get from you guys. It really means a lot to me. But some of you comment some interesting stuff. So I figured I'd respond to some of them here, some of the funny ones that I've found, you know, like a video response type of deal. So let's start off with the one that's most popular by far, the how far do you fall in Portal 2 YouTube short thing. Now the comment that I get the most, by far, on any YouTube video is, what about acceleration? What about free fall acceleration? Acceleration! Actually, the rate of acceleration at the beginning is going to be slower until you hit maximal velocity, but you would know that if you paid attention in high school physics, but you clearly didn't. If you paid attention in high school physics, then you would know that not only is gravity a thing that exists, but so is the acceleration it induces. I like how you say, if you paid attention to high school physics, when you completely forgot to account for the acceleration of a falling object, 9.8 meters a second squared. Now, if you actually paid attention in science class, though you would know that gravity accelerates you 9.82 meters a second squared, so every second then you need to add speed every second. P.S. Mine is high school physics. Yours is elementary school science. Get shot correct. If you paid attention in physics, bro, you're accelerating! I guess people really didn't like the snark. I don't think that sat too well with them. You forgot acceleration, if you want to be that way. What way? I have just one problem with your explanation. The increase in speed. What is it called? You forgot velocity. No, I didn't. You forgot that because of exacerbation, you would be speeding up at 10 meters per second. Also, did you accountant for the acceleration of gravity? Acceleration of free fall? Bye-bye. I noticed this doesn't have acceleration. Accelerate. Okay, here's the deal. You fall for about 4 seconds between the first and second sign that you see. That distance is 125 meters. You fall for about 4 seconds between the second to last and last sign that you see. That distance is also 125 meters. If you fall the same distance in the same amount of time between the first set of signs and the last set of signs, where you would expect to see the most difference, congratulations, you are not accelerating. In fact, Valve so explicitly chooses for you to fall at this exact speed that when you calculate your speed between any two signs, you get this number. There's even one part where you fall for 8 seconds between signs instead of 4, and what do you know, the signs change to reflect that. There's double amount of the distance between these two signs. And yes, if you go into Hammer, Portal 2's level editor, you can see that it is designed for you to fall at a constant rate. I didn't make any of this up or pull it out of my ass. This is what the game does.
I am not a moron!
Does it make sense? I don't know, not really. Maybe you're traveling at terminal velocity, maybe Valve just didn't care, but it's important to note that the question we are asking is, how far did we fall in Portal 2? Not, how far would you fall in real life if you fell for as long as Chell does? I think the confusion here comes from the fact that I was using something that resembled real-life physics to figure out the answer, but I was simply looking at the relationship between the distance that the signs claim we fall and the time it takes to fall to them, using that information to extrapolate into the part of the fall which we do not have signs. Also, I rounded up a lot. Even if we are accelerating for the first couple of seconds, it wouldn't have very significantly changed the answer of about 2 kilometers. Some people brought up that I should have used Hammer to figure out what was going on instead of the signs. Incorrect. You do not fall at all. This map is actually moving up while you stay still. Because when you fall in Portal, your velocity will keep going up and up until it caps out at 3,500 velocity. And you can tell in this scene, you are not accelerating Look, whatever's going on in Hammer is weird, man. We have reason to believe that the signs are actually resembling the distance that we fall, because the developers told us this in the game. Going into Hammer will likely give you a completely different answer, and probably incorrect measurement of the distance. And lastly, some people had some very overcomplicated ideas of how to calculate this. 3 issues I would like to point out. 1. Gravity. 2. I know about terminal velocity, but the issues it has is that air resistance won't really be constant. You guys really do have to understand that air resistance is the result of density of the aerodynamic body. Most of the issues are saying any difference would just be negligible. And ultimately, I can guarantee you that concepts like air resistance are not coded into this game. Like, yeah, these things exist in real life, but you don't see me calculating time dilation created by velocity of the player because it doesn't matter. Well, if you paid attention in high school physics, you'll know that gravity causes free fall velocities to accelerate downward at roughly 9.8 meters per second per second. This is a joke. I know the character does not accelerate.
I do believe in you.
Now earlier, I promised you all some funny YouTube comments, and I believe most of this video has just been me yelling about acceleration. So let's do a little lightning round. Hi. Hello. A other title. Half-Life fan and a Portal fan drunk tries to explain it.
Real based experience.
Thank you, Dr. Sonic V2. As a 14-year-old who plays Half-Life and hates Skibidi Toilet, I have to say, Half-Life is pretty sick. You said it. Please don't use God's name in vain. You know, for you, JABGD, I'll try. Portal 2 is fun. How dare you say this? I like Portal 2. Game is good. 100th like. Upvote/heart this comment if you want Half-Life to be a part of a multiverse with racing and Lego. Well, fuck yeah. Can you use your brain and actually use feet and miles, not none of that gay weak measurement of French? We know the French ain't too bright, that's the reason they did that. The rest of the world got lazy and started using it. Quit being lazy and actually you speak for us, second miles an hour. She's more beautiful than the older one. You said it. Who? Huja. You said it. Editing is mediocre. You can literally hear your mouse clicks when you stopped your recordings. Poor attempt at JonTron-styled humor and inconsistent volume for each clip. Well, gotta agree with that. In all seriousness, I'm very glad that people enjoy the stuff that I make here. It's a lot of fun for me, and while I don't think that I'm making things at the quality, or especially the quantity that I want to be, I do really appreciate the support. You know, whenever I'm having a bad day, I love to go read all the great comments that I have, you know, on like my videos or my maps, you know, like Chords of Grain or whatever. It really means a lot to me that people are getting something positive out of the things that I make, even if it's just like a shitty YouTube video with bad audio. I want to upload more. I know I don't upload that much. I know there's like long breaks, especially during like the fall and the spring. The reality is I am extremely busy outside of like this YouTube stuff. I do a lot of things, okay? But look, I'm gonna try and do everything I can to upload more often. Just, you know, bear with me in the fall and the spring when things get really busy for me. I don't know how to end this, but thanks for watching.